Okay, so we are live on YouTube. So hey, I'm Colin. This is Respawning, and today we're going to be playing New World Eternium. And I'm going to move my TikTok video stream just to the side. You know, these videos, they would never be the same if it wasn't for the fact that I always make a mistake when going live. And now we should be live on TikTok as well. What I'm trying to say is, we now live everywhere. And we'll pop out my chat so I don't lose that bad boy. Okay, so everything is now pretty different compared to before. Oh boy. Okay, I'm actually going to put that on. Video. Bit concerned that it wasn't taking anything from Nvidia, but hey, we're here, we're happy. Okay, so I've definitely slept since I was last playing. Let's just polish off the glasses. Hey, mate! You found me on the YouTubes. Nope, TikTok is up and running, so I'm now available in both places. There we go, and I can see.
Welcome to the Regent's Rise. Sleep here and wake up feeling like a king. You here to check in?
I felt like he had like three different sets of teeth. Ewan, New World, yes. So with the new release of New World yesterday, I wanted to kind of try it out. I mean, essentially, I never completed the... I never got to endgame in the original release of New World. So I thought, oh, this is probably the best time for me to jump back in. Is it open world? Yes. It is... There's an old world to explore. Okay, I only saw one notification. Yes, so the way that notifications work on our Discord is TikTok always comes last. So it tends to push the notification out anywhere like... so far, the earliest has been 15 minutes into a stream. And the other one has been 34 minutes. So on Discord, TikTok will always hit first. YouTube will always hit it first. Yeah, Ewan, have you never tried New World? I mean, it's now out on PC, Xbox, and PlayStation. Right, pay attention to the quests. Don't do what I normally do. Hey, KD, thank you very much for the heart. You have reminded me that I forgot to put on Tick Infinity, so thank you very much for that. Let's bring that bad boy back up. They were in there. I walked right past them. We'll check it out. Love an RPG. Yeah, I mean... So I was playing yesterday. I was a little bit upset with it because it looks different visually compared to when I last played it.
We find ourselves in a little village straight from the Middle Ages.
I was swapped to the other live as it's normally more active chat, so I can help with questioning. Thank you, mate. I appreciate you. And Liam, so the YouTube notifications work on Discord.
No doubt. For a place where everyone gets eternal life, you'd think
Hey,
it'd be
mate.
more calm,
Welcome to TikTok,
even.
boy.
Not saying I'd like that, mind you. One thing that is the same, though, is cold, hard coin. You have it or you don't. We're both a little light in the pocket, but
So I have switched over to... I'm using DirectX 12 mode now instead of DirectX 11, I suppose.
Well, you got that coin I just gave you, so I'd suggest you get to spending it. Buy yourself a new blade, some new boots, whatever.
A new blade.
Ah, yeah. There's a trading post out there. Livelier market than I would have expected. You should check out the trading post in the storage. And then what do you say? Let's meet in the tavern. All right. See you there.
Liam, so the TikTok notifications work on Discord, but there's a definite delay. And when it does go live, it also tells you on the post like how long the video's been going on for. So it will quite literally go, delayed by 15 minutes if you look at the previous ones. Currently sorting out a demon child, not going to bed, so I'll be on in a little bit. You sort that demon child right out. Storage shed. Storage shed provides access to items you've stored at any settlement. Use the drop down. Okie dokie. Nothing I want to put in there. No, we're going to take the meat with us. Yeah, well, I bought this game today. It's so good so far. Yeah, Ed, I mean, look. I mean, I played it when it first came out, so I've kind of come into this with some mixed feelings. But I want to get to endgame. I didn't get to endgame last time, so we're going to get to endgame. Too much of a zoom. But why is it that people dislike and hate on it? So, you know, the best way to look at why people are kind of hating on it at the moment is it tends to not be new players. So if you've just picked up the game, this is the first time that you've touched it. Hey, Ewan, thank you very much. Thank you for smashing that like button. Where was I? What was I saying? Why are people disliking on it? So this new the game sold really, really well when it came out in like 2022, 21, 22, whenever it came out. And they added some content, then they added an expansion, and then this version of the game came out. And this version of the game, it doesn't add anything for existing players. So the people that have stuck with the game over the years, they haven't got anything new. But for new players, it's a really good experience. I'm definitely a lot more positive than I was yesterday, right?
My new friend right here. Oh, the truffles I lost and then some.
I feel like I dreamt of this voice last night.
Keep that sickle for your troubles. And if you make a habit of harvesting herbs and such, we'll cross paths again. No doubt.
For the most part, that's pretty much the controversy behind it, Ed. And Viz, who's a regular on TikTok, he would you know, he kind of came into it and he went, actually, this just isn't for him because it's the same game. Nothing's been added. Nothing's really been changed for someone that got to end game. So, like, I get it. I get why there's going to be that little bit of pain, you know? But there is more story content. Like, this wasn't there the first time around.
Man of 20, I've met souls from ancient memory, found in sagas and dusty tomes. I've seen ghosts and fiends and horrors, met knights and bold explorers, as I've wandered every corner of this island we call home. Let's go! Keep it together!
Keep it together!
Dig in! Come on now! I've met kings of earthly
That's what I'll say. It does feel more like an RPG.
tasted the wine.
The presentation, the story, the fact that there's an NPC singing to me in a cutscene.
But the partings that we weather and the memories we treasure are the souls we
As long as I can swim, they'll admit it's a new world to me. Ah, new world. Completely different experience to me. There you go.
Lively little ditty there. Kinda oversells the place, don't you think? I sure won't be calling this place
Yeah.
home.
Do you know what?
But hey, aren't you?
Yesterday felt a bit
Messenger from the
fably.
Night Regent herself was looking for you. Getting fancy, aren't we? She's keen to have a word with you up at the keep. Word around town says the Night Regent's just a puppet, and some minister Lochner is actually running things. And then this true air business. You'd think that's what drew the crowds. But Barkeep says it's really just people fleeing from trouble at the outlying farms.
Farms.
Sounds like some kind of plague. People turning on their friends and neighbours with cold murder in their eyes. Unlike those red-eyed bastards on the beach, these folks aren't possessed. Seems like they don't have any souls at all. I didn't trust all the shite coming out of that oaf's mouth. Well, maybe there was some truth to it.
But those English
I'd be more
vibes,
interested to
the
hear what the
Fable
Night Regent
vibes are
has
just
to
like
say,
English
particularly
vibes,
if
right?
there's mention of coin. I'm right here if you need me.
Although there was a little bit of the Mandalorian in there. Ba, 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 ba. You know, that never gets old, like just walking out and just seeing a tree get felled. Callie, this is New World. Or New World Eternium? I think the new subtitle is. Yeah. New World. Ooh. Oh, I'm not even logged into TikTok. Nope, I should be. Hang on. Hang on. There we go. Oh, okay. Free to play? No, it's buy to play. So there's no subscription or anything like that. Well, sorry, I've had some issues with TikTok-y bits recently. I can edit this out on YouTube. Teehee. No, it should be logged in. There you go. Right, back to it. Yeah, Callie, this is New World Eternium. Eternum. It re-released yesterday. It's on PC, Xbox, and PlayStation. It is a buy-to-play, Rizla, so there's no like subscription or anything like that. But it is a fully priced game. But I'll be honest with you, I think the quality is there. I think the quality is there, especially if it's a game that you haven't played before. Although I do feel like I want to be a little bit lazy and I want to use a controller, so I'm turning my controller on. Hello, Pumpkin. Hello, Invis. Turning up at spooky season. Cost of the game. On Steam, anyway, it is... So I already own the game, because I bought it when it first came out. Let's go to Steam, shall we? Steam. Hook, two, and spit on that thing. You get me? Thank you very much for the love you. My mouse, it doesn't... I think it's about 60, yeah. I think it's on the premium tier of like new releases. What's that? I'm gonna go find out. So what you're gonna find is the way that I end up playing this game is I kind of run around. I'm like, oh, there's question marks, and I go running straight to those question marks. But there are wolves here. Let's go down there. I didn't think the pre-order... I thought it was fully released now. Yeah, do you know what? Dragon Age. Oh! Dragon Age looks amazing. Like, I don't care what people are saying. I know that there's, you know, like, different agendas. Right, you. Leave my characters run alone. No. What makes this different from New World? Well, Dan, it's a really good question. Nothing. It's a bore. I mean, it is basically just New World as it was. There's some quality of life up changes in here. The visuals have been tweaked a fair amount. There's a fair amount more story as well. Yeah. Outside of that, it is a case of, you know, this release of the game, or this version of the game, is cross-platform. Don't worry, I will hold the fort on New World. Yeah. I appreciate you. Thank you very much for the rose. Is it worth coming back to for some... Corpse sec. Andy, thank you very much for the follow. Dungeons of Sandaria. I haven't heard of that. Dan, if you already own the game, it's worth coming back. And the idea is that we are going to start a guild here as well as on Throne and Liberty. So I will be jumping back into Throne and Liberty today as well. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with a bit of jank. Don't talk to me about Stranger of Paradise. Right, I'm an absolute fucker for Stranger of Paradise. But what I am going to say is... You see, I don't know how well that's showing up. But I've also got trading cards as well. Which I haven't opened. They're just sat in front of my desk waiting for that moment where I need that, like, dopamine hit. Yeah, mate, I've got so many trading cards of all the things. Right, okay. So, lesson learned. Stop running around. Let's just... Right, no, That healing wand? Is it... Hey, Steve, thank you very much for the follow. I've restarted New World 2. It's so much better. It does feel like a different game. I will be honest with you. Yesterday when I was playing, I was a little bit drunk. Or, I don't know, drunk's the right word, but... alcohol was consumed. And I wasn't really in that much of a... It didn't... it didn't vibe with me yesterday. Merry. Yeah, let's go with merry. I was merry. Whereas today, I'm like, oh, actually, this is... I'm quite happy I'm playing this again. Yep, I want to turn into a sword, thank you. Damage... Crit. Good damage right now. You got Metaphor, the new JRPG on your radar. Hey, thank you very much for the thumbs up on the YouTube. Thank you very much. Metaphor, the new JRPG. Yes, I own it. I want to play it. But it's also one of those ones that I want to stream as well. Like, I want to play it with, with everyone else. Especially because I am really bad at noticing stuff sometimes. It looks so good. I don't know whether to get it or not. So if you head over to our YouTube channel, Luke, who is the owner of Respawning, actually, he started his playthrough, so you can see the start of the game. Alternatively, give it a little bit of time, and I will start streaming it as well, because I have bought it after watching him play it, and I want to put time into it. It's the battle music alone. Creating on the ground, 3 meters radius, allies in the area healed. Shoot a projectile, granting fortify. Heal. As I'm gonna need it. Yes, and you're right. Thinking of picking this up on console to start off a long weekend. Steve, if you've never played this before, if you've never jumped into New World, I think you'll have a good time. It's only when it's someone that has played it before, or like Invis here, who's endgame and he's geared and he's a little legend in his own right. It's one of those. If you're that sort of player, it's not worth it. Oh my god, this is like the most Halo thing I've ever seen. I feel like, paths were invented for a reason, but there's just me like, I'm just going to run through everything. Right, I'm really happy that I've got the blade, though. I mean, it's playing really smoothly on PC as well. And making the switch over to DirectX 12 seems to have made such a difference visually. I'll take that, thank you. Unbroken Holly, thank you for liking the live. I don't know why my voice went softer then, though. Excuse me.
The farmers, the knights, the miners, no word in days. We need to know what's going on out there, Lochner.
He's got a nose on him, hasn't he?
The people are simply distracted. Word has spread of the true heir's return. As acting regent, you have served Pride faithfully, and I'm sure this is unsettling for you. But you can set aside your concerns.
When the new king is ready to assume his duties, I will gladly stand down. But not before.
Of course. Now, I have preparations to attend to.
I saw some hearts like going across my screen. Thank you very much for whoever's linked the video. But it didn't show me who, so thank you, anonymous person.
Ah, you must be the one from the beach. Zelpane believes you to be honorable, and I trust his judgment.
Thank you very much for the
But I like to hear
GGs.
reports firsthand. We saw signs of corruption by the shore, but we believed it was isolated, and that no one had actually become corrupted. Did you say that is not what I wanted to hear? But I see the sincerity in your eyes. You should know that we normally go to great lengths to make newcomers feel welcome.
Sincerity in my eyes.
I'm sorry if I seem impatient just now.
Thank you very much for the chocolate.
With all the excitements for the return of the true heir, I believe we are ignoring signs of.
Thank you very much for the gifts.
Pride one. And news of, however, the greater concern right now is the rash of disappearances. Sworn knights who failed to report in over the last several weeks.
Monster Hunters, it's on my list for when it comes out. I am a little bit worried regarding the game's the requirements, because they're saying that DLS is pretty much a requirement on PC, and I'm like,
Sent scouts, but they have
so
not
that worries
returned as
me.
of yet. And now I feel
But
they
I am
need
a massive
some-
fan of Monster Hunter.
Still, it counsels patience. Locknear believes the return of the royal bloodline will solve all problems. I feel strongly that we cannot afford to wait for Gawain.
Rise is good, but I still prefer World. World because it did something new. Rise because it felt... because it took what the old games did well, i.e. lobby-based.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But I loved the
This is so
aesthetic
form
of
on my
it.
part,
Does that make
dropping
sense?
all my troubles on your boots. I would not impose on someone who just arrived.
I've just arrived. Have a quest.
Still, with the remaining nights spread thin, you're probably able to get me answers faster than they can.
Yeah. Very, very Naruto.
The mine is not so far away either.
Mitt, what have you sent me? Mitt. Mitt, fuck off. Mitt, there's a lot of cards. That is so many cards. Confirm, by the way, that the welcome page is PlayStation UI. Okay, like, I can be wrong sometimes.
That's just it.
But only sometimes.
The foreman there, Alia,
I'm going to clock out and make dinner, and I'll tune in later if you're still streaming, homie. Well, thanks for popping in, Andy. And yeah, it should be still be on. I'm hoping to be on around up till around midnight, but I don't know if I'll be playing this, Throne and Liberty,
Oh, and please inform Minister Locknear
or
of
maybe
the
something else.
just so he's aware.
But if you do happen to miss it, you can find everything's recorded on YouTube as well. Right, is it Corpse Candy or is it Corpse Andy? Have I just been pronouncing the name wrong this whole time? Shit. I mean, it happens, right? I do see that other
Ah, yes. The newcomer invited to an audience with the Night Regent. Imagine, if you had arrived a few days later, you might have been welcomed by a king. Yes.
I would have liked to have been
Gawain's
welcomed by a
return will
king.
restore Prydwen's glory. The Night Regent has performed well with my council, but she sometimes exceeds her mandate. For now. But she would do well not to concern herself with matters our new king can better adjudicate. Tell me,
Teach me how to
has
read.
she enlisted you in one of her endeavors? Well, aren't we proving our value quickly? I'm sure the king will also be grateful for those who willingly submit to his guidance. It's not my place to countermand the Night Regent's orders, but I would hate to see a prospective resident waste their time. The tavern is open, you know.
I do really like that there's more of an emphasis on story. And I do like the way that it's presenting that story as well.
Love keeps you warm, but so does wool. Come to me if you ever need something stitched. I've made a fair garment for many a fine folk. Even my darling Eddie. Who isn't back yet?
Good old Eddie.
Yes. My foolish heart can't help long for my Eddie. He toiled too hard in the mines. This is the first time he's missed our anniversary. I'd go to the mines myself,
So,
but his favorite
Mitt, I
turkey's
don't know
roasting
how to
away.
join the company.
That'd be lovely. Tell that oaf he has a wife who loves him more than the mines do. And then, gently remind him that it's our anniversary today. And I'll be very...
Someone's about to be very disappointed. You should have a pending invite in social. Let's have a look. I don't know what's up with the face I'm pulling. Social company invite. Yeah, now I'm in. Lad. Right, where are we going? Let's do that one over there. Do you know, I remember it popping up on my screen yesterday. I just ignored it. Oh, Mitt's invited me to something.
But I'm the one who needs help right now. We've lost men, lost equipment. I have to build strong defenses for the Regent and her people. But how can I do that without resources?
Cooper? See, now I have this worry that I'm just pronouncing everyone's name wrong. Cooper, so this is New World. Released yesterday on Steam, Xbox, and on PlayStation.
Such hard workers, all of them. All equipped with picks that date back to
Or
Artorias'
re-released.
reign.
It's probably the better way to word this, right?
You could retrieve the heirloom picks. I'd be most appreciative.
I don't know. So I'm going to do this now. I'm going to do this properly. Let's bring up Steam, which should already be open. Let's look at... Excuse me. Let's look at the store. So the standard edition is $49.99 on Steam, so I'd imagine it's similar on consoles as well. The deluxe edition is... I feel like they did want to go $69, but they went better. $66.99. Don't know what they come with. I'd imagine the deluxe edition comes with the expansion. But now we can actually answer these questions. Boo woo woo woo. Yep, nope, we're picking up all the quests before we leave, because otherwise I'm going to regret it. Oh, that's a difficult one. New World, I felt, and anyone feel free to chip in with this. It feels like it's its own beast. It feels like it's unique.
You the one I've been hearing about? Yes, you must be. You match the
Especially
description.
for an
When we talk around
MMORPG.
here, you know. They say you've been
But since
quite
jumping
a
into this
help,
version of the
and I was
game,
like, well,
there's
why
this
haven't
more
they
emphasis
helped
on
me?
story,
But then I
there's more
realized
voice
it's so
dialogue,
eerie,
and it's a
because
lot...
you haven't asked.
Riley, New Worlds is on console. Yes, released yesterday on PlayStation and Xbox. It's like Throne and Liberty with a weapon system. Yes, but better movement as well. And I know some people are going to disagree with me, but the animation's pretty good as well.
Devil's honey. I have a special reserve up on Hiraeth Lookout. Collect my honeycombs and I'll give you some to taste.
I remember doing this quest, like when the game originally came out on Steam. That was not voiced. It was in the past. It was just a dialogue. Yes, better movement and better animation. Ben, thank you very much for the follow. Did I pick up all the quests? Ah. Back we go. It's a really good running animation. I love the original version. I'm excited to see how this has changed. Yeah, so I don't remember a lot of the original game. And I know that's kind of bad to say out loud, but I don't remember a lot of it. I put in 50 hours, I think.
Come, Seeker. Danger abounds. But your fortune will
Reminds
be grown.
me of like
The
Neverwinter,
lost
I think it's
vanished.
called.
Peace found. When the
Do you mean the
true
MMO?
heir takes the throne. Mountain and Dale
Because
speak
Never,
the tale.
it's
A
not Neverwinter
warrior
Online.
of
No,
wit
I'm
and
confused.
renown. Artorius raised them strong and brave. A true
But
heir
the
for his
Neverwinter
crown.
MMO is pretty cool.
For the air, bring flowers fair, that we may build a path of blooms. May they know their people care. It is them we choose.
Like, facial animations aside, I'm quite happy. Not that I can tell my face that, because my face always looks like this. Do you need at least half a decent skin to make it less painful? Oh, don't push me down the buying skin rabbit hole. Please. Right, what's closer? Yeah, okay, we're going down there first, aren't we? Shout out. Throne and Liberty has downtime for an update at 6:30 AM. It's only 9 PM. Calm down. I won't tell you to buy skins. You already know my stance on in-game skins. Yeah, fair. Hoping it fixes the infiltration. Yeah, you're not filling your lithograph book. Did they bin the war systems PvP? Nope. So if I open up my map and I come out, you can see that ownership is still a thing. As well as guilds taking over ownership of places as well. The only thing is, and what's quite crazy, is there's already some like max level players and stuff. Two, we're going to 2. Buying us a settlement? If we had a settlement, we would lose it quite quickly. I'm quite confident in that. I just really like seeing trees fall over. Sorry. Oh, never mind. Kermit Klein. I mean, now's the time to come back into it. Especially with the relaunch. Now's genuinely the time to jump back into New World, I feel. Selby. Yeah, but like we would have like £5 in our pocket and nothing else. You know? Okay, so now head all the way back up. I absolutely forgot that you can use charge text. Okay, so we're going to unlock that. Can I put a waypoint? Is that show up on my map? And it's... and still need to eat yet? Then go and fucking eat. You're no good to me dead. Ah, it's a wolf. I can't until the brat goes to sleep. Heh. Can I? Oh, I can skin him. Okay. I feel a bit better. I genuinely don't think there's anything wrong with this animation. Like, I'm happy to be wrong, but... Yep, my bad. Forgot that the blade goes. I need glasses to see. What's actually changed, apart from the fact it's on console, it's mostly quality of life stuff. Like, the one thing that I kept reading about was the fact that I can actually swim now, which is kind of a game breaker. Yep. Go back. I just think having to re-buy it for that is insane. Yeah, but that's the thing, isn't it? For most people, it's not a case of rebuying, and I don't feel that the game was. I don't feel like this new version of the game was made for the people that were playing the game beforehand. I feel like this is just them bringing in more people. Oh, and Grand Dwarf, there's that like voiced cutscenes and stuff now as well. Which you will see. You'll see what I mean when I get there. But I remember picking up quests before, and it was just, you know, pop-up window that's telling me that I need to go and do X, Y, and Z. Now it's just like all fully voiced. Like they seem to have been kind of inspired by Elder Scrolls Online, which isn't a bad thing. But there's one of the major differences. But again, it's that idea that it's for the new player, not for the old player. Wait, can I block? I can block with the blade. Okay. Yeah. Now that I'm sober, I'm enjoying it more. Like it's got like a fluidity to it, and that's kind of what I want. Yep. We're taking that. If that's all, I'm having it. The sound design was always pretty good, to be fair. Koala? Thank you for liking the video. So I'm terrible at finding resources. Like, I'm really, really bad. There's someone on something, and then they just went poof. Thank you. I appreciate you. Yeah, that's a fair point. If you want me to heal you... Why am I surprised he's got a gun? Why was that a shock to me? I just needed a moment to actually double check how healing works. Off you go, you spooky bitch. Right, don't get distracted. Go for the quests. Genuine theory, I was about to get attacked by bees. It's gonna have to be the long way up, isn't it? I do wish that they would have added a mini-map for this re-release, though. A mini-map would have been perfect. Seeing that people can put down tanks is those camps. It just screams once human to me. Okay, bye. Yeah, no, you are right. No, absolutely. Like, New World, Once Human is just a game which took aspects from other games and then made it their own, you know? And thank you very much for liking the live. The more I see the run now, the more comical it gets. Yeah, that's right, you let me finish. Just forget how smooth the movement is. Up you go. I can't get comfy though, and this is going to be a... Oh. Okay, so my aiming needs to get better. How do you get that weapon skin? Seen a few people with it, but it's not in the store. What, this one? That's because this is just the basic wand. Also, hey Nick, welcome to this channel. Oh, the laser sword. So it's not. So it's a skill. So this is from the Void Gauntlet. Skills, 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 skills. Probably the worst place to be doing this. Skills, weapon mastery, void gauntlet, annihilation. Summon a blade of void energy that converts your ranged light and heavy attacks to melee light and heavy attacks. Oran, no, this is New World. The re-release of New World. But if you've seen me play Throne and Liberty before, that could be why. But I will be going back onto Throne and Liberty probably in half an hour, 45 minutes. I want to be making progress on both games, so it does feel like I'm going to be like jumping around a fair amount. But on Throne and Liberty, I'm nearly level 50. How does it run on console? £50 price tag is a bit of a yikes. If Mitt's here, Mitt's playing on Xbox, I think. So Mitt will be able to give you a better summary than what I can give you. I'm playing on through Steam. I'm just using a controller. Controller. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, they do look kind of similar. Like, they're both gorgeous games. Like, I'm surprised that New World still stands up. Lagarde. This is New World. It's available on Steam. I think you can get it on Amazon Games as well. And Xbox and PlayStation. Yeah, Throne and Liberty. I've been since I was part of Early Access. I had some problem for a little bit, not necessarily like getting into the game, but because I started playing as it. Hey, Lego! Thank you very much for the follow. But had New World ordered since it was available too, level 34. Now in New World, and loving it. Yeah, I am. For me, I'm getting that, like that vibe from when I like first played it when it first came out, where I'm like, oh my god, like it's a big open world, it's a bit actiony, there's a lot to explore. It's sinking its teeth into me, in the same way that Once Human did, or does, the same way that Throne and Liberty does as well. It's just like a different side of the same coin. Oh, forgot that's what I do. Ryan, so I haven't got there yet. So it's kind of a difficult one to comment on. And I never got there in the original game either. So it's a bit of a... I'm not the right person to ask. Deforestation, mining, smithing, and so much more to level. I'm obsessed. Yeah. It's weird. This is going to be horrible, right? A bit like RuneScape. As horrible as that's going to sound.
After all those years in that hole together, don't make me do this.
Fair. Thank you very much for the follow, Nick.
Forgive me.
You could hear me, but you could not get the message out. I mean, Zykor, if Zykor is here on either YouTube or on TikTok, he's playing on Xbox. So we've got someone on Xbox, you've got me on PC, and Mitt on PlayStation. The fact that the game is across all platforms is cross-play as well, which is quite nice. What do you want to use in the long run? I'm a tank with a great sword, great axe, and a hatchet so far. So I'm going healer. The reason why I'm going healer is because no one else wants to heal. And
No, you.
that's why I'm doing it in
going to
Throne
the
of Liberty
mines,
as well.
Think again. If you have loved ones in there, I don't know what to tell you.
So Zykor's just messaged me telling me that he's actually watching the
No
stream
support from Pridewin in sight.
through his Xbox.
Oh, so now she sends someone. And a stranger who's not even a knight. I sent dispatches. For a while, some of the miners were At this point, it's probably a lost cause. I can't imagine that any of them are still standing.
We also need heroes. Tank with a sword and shield, but considering flail down the road and a warhammer. Flail interests me because I don't know how that will work, or how that will be different than a sword and shield.
You're brave, I'll give you that. But we're not talking about a handful of withered. We're talking about the whole damn mine. Look for that stubborn Elias Derrick and anyone else who's not fallen, and then get them and yourself out of there quickly.
So outside of that almost Viking guy from the beginning, all the voice acting and all the character models have actually been pretty good. So Flood is supposed to be part of the new meta, but not enough testing comparison done yet. Okay. What's the boo that's happening? I'm not gonna lie, I know it's sad, but I can't wait to put hundreds of hours and spend lots on skins. That's me with Fortnite. I'm an absolute bastard for it in Fortnite. Right, I'm just quickly turning my camera off just so I can have a quick vape. I have no idea how this looks because I can't remember how I set up my stream. Don't speak to me about Fortnite skins. Glad I can be more mature and spending it on New World. I don't know why that voice came out either. That voice came out to play. I mean, words just spilled out of my mouth. Nicotine life is real. Yes, I did see what you've sent me on Discord. I'm somewhat frightened, but it's also incredibly cool. Liam on YouTube. Yeah, so the black box is coming up because I can't. While I'm streaming, if I'm streaming and then I decide that I need to is probably a strong word, but vape while I'm on TikTok, it has a negative effect on me. Vaping. I'm just having a quick vape. Read the rest of my message. Which message? If you're not running around as Sally from Nightmare Before Christmas with an SMG, what are you doing? Yeah! Or have you messaged me? Everything is happening. There we go. Okay, well, we're back. I'm back. We're not a black box anymore. How you doing? Right, rescue people. All here. Yep. This is what happens when you come from the back. Hey, Basil. Do I take that approach? Oh, supplies. So I feel like this isn't the right way to get up here, but I saw someone else do it, so I want to do it too. Right. Right, so I need to remember that I can block. I can block. Blocking is probably a good way to move forward.
I thought I'd never get out of
Mr.
here.
Incredible with an auto turret.
Thank you.
Get your ass up there.
The mine's lost! Everyone is withered! I'm getting out of here!
Look for Elias.
Not places John Wick was a character.
I'm making a run for it.
Devon, yeah. As of yesterday, the game's now out on PC, PlayStation, and Xbox. We need to not talk about Dragon Age just at all, because I'm really excited for the new game. I think it looks amazing. Like, I know that there's people that are kind of like shitting on it at the moment, but like so far for the wrong reason. I think that game looks amazing. Do you know what I liked about Inquisition? And this might be a bit controversial. I really liked the multiplayer and how it was almost like a Dungeons and Dragons experience. Iron Blood, this is New World.
Oh, Oh, finally, a sign of hope. A brave warrior battling their way through the withered.
Yes, the service the online mode was dead, like dead on release, right?
Now maybe we can find a way to reclaim the mine.
I've just hurt my toesy. But yeah, Iron. So buy to play. There's no subscriptions. I'm playing on PC. Mitt in chat is playing on PlayStation. And Zykor, who I think is currently watching or is with me on YouTube, he's playing on Xbox.
An ill omen, to be sure. Nah.
So
I told the crew no one was to touch the damn thing.
I feel like this is you're going to hear me say this a lot.
Unholy energy.
I didn't complete Inquisition,
Sage Moira out here to study it.
and I feel really dirty saying
Never got
that.
a chance. Next morning, the first of the miners fell to the curse, and then the lost pirates attacked, hunting for that tablet, no doubt. Yeah, and they're guarding the tablet like it's some kind of treasure. If we don't
I'm glad that we kind of suck together, you know.
I fear the curse will spread beyond the mine. You're clearly capable, and I won't complain. I'd go with you, but I'm plumb exhausted from this ordeal. And I'm not much of a fighter. But don't forget, Sage Moira needs to see what started this.
Yep, that's what I do with a lot of games.
I
I pushed on and I think I remember the ending, but now replaying, I realise why. It's a lot of filler. Yeah, okay, that very true about Dragon Age. I didn't like that you couldn't have a healer in your party, at least through the story, anyway. It's just one of those games where you can't pick it up halfway through again. Like most games. Do you know what? Final Fantasy 16 is that for me. Leroy Jenkins 123. I did complete all the original DLC of Origins. Actually, Dragon Age 2 is an interesting game because I like the idea of it. I didn't like that they tried to be... They tried to turn it into a JRPG, and that didn't work very well. That's that way, right? Hey, Latix, thank you very much for the follow, buddy. Hey, Dan Rhodes, thank you very much for the follow too. Idea was okay, yes, but was so much I didn't like. Yeah, you know, I don't remember a great deal of it because it was so long ago.
Shattered the tablet? God's blood! I'm glad I didn't send you in there to your doom. I'd have felt bad about that.
Well, at least I feel bad, I guess.
To abandon the mine, but with the tablet gone, maybe these pirates clear out and we can get back to work after time passes. If anyone's left, that is.
Is that music?
She's a stubborn one, I'll wager she's still waiting at the mine's entrance. I'll go and try to convince her to come back to town.
But you, my friend, you must make haste back to Pridevin. Tell the Night Regent what happened here, and give the tablet fragments to Sage Moira. Yeah, let's hope. If anyone will know what bizarre nation that thing is, it'll be Sage Moira. Let's hope it's not related to those rumors from the southern farms. I'll go and round up Foreman Musa and the others. Meet me back in town when this is over, and the first round of Gerties is on me.
Yes, cool. I do hope there's like new and different music as I progress through. Right, so we gotta go back to town. There's nothing else really about. You're not. That's later. We'll deal with that one later. We're not gonna panic about that now. Okay, down the hill. I don't think that running animation is that bad. The greatsword, however, looks mental. Right, if you're throwing a bomb at someone, it shouldn't track you. It shouldn't auto-follow you. I do feel like running around with this this blade though. If Master Chief was to come out, I'm doomed. Where are you, Turkey? I did forget what the open world chat can be like in this game though. It's a bit... Ooh.
Oh dear, he's not with you. That can only mean... Blast that dumb cop! I told him to stay with me today. But no, he had to go to the mines and pick at another rock. I'm sorry too.
Falcao, you're right. Throne of Liberty is free, but I still bought the I still bought the biggest early access pack because it's a really good game.
Our first. Thank you for bringing me the news.
And at least personally, I own New World, so the
expected.
new stuff, or the the relaunch of it, I've got access to it anyway. But honestly, they're both pretty good games. Like this still stands, like holds up. What is that icon?
Ever wonder why they say knight in shining armor? They could have said knight in broken armor, knight with rusted sword.
Knight with rusted sword, that's now my name.
You've got to dress like one. Let me help you.
Oh, okay. This is now New World was hella boring after a month. The story wasn't good and the contracts are really vague. So yeah, on the original release of the game, sure was. But they seem to have been doing stuff to kind of address that.
Eight, 9, 10. The miner's heirloom picks up here.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, but it doesn't matter what game you're playing, dailies suck.
Big aid to building our defenses. How can I thank you for this? You have my friendship, Rajal Sadak, and my time, and an odd job if you ever have need of one. We are always on the lookout for honest, hardworking people, and you strike me as being one. Let me give you a tip, Rajal Sadak. No one cares where you came from. We care about what you can do. The Regent made me her master builder after she saw my work. Though, she probably regrets that now.
You could argue Throne is just contracts and overland dungeons. To an extent, it kind of is. Been playing Throne and Liberty, and so far it's like the best MMORPG I've played before WoW. Yeah, I think from a tab targeting MMO, it really is up there.
Well,
I haven't done much to the PvP, mind you, but I have done dungeons. I probably would be having a better time if I was some sort of DPS, but I'm playing as a healer, so everything's quite slow for me anyway.
Oh? Would you? That'd be most excellent. You'd need to cut trees to gather wood and crush rocks to extract stone. There's a lot to teach you. But you seem up to the task.
Okay, let's come back to that in a second. Let's deal with everything else before I go and smash rocks. I played DPS with one character, the second as a healer. Already got max rank on both. Yeah, that's a fair shout. Ewan, how am I getting on? I'm making some progress. Hey, thank you very much for the roses.
The true heir sought to save us once. And now the answer.
I think Ewan, when you left, I picked these quests up, and now I'm handing them back in.
As our one true king.
I mean, not many MMORPGs can even offer the swap feature. A lot of MMORPGs are class-based systems. Yeah. I mean, from a classless perspective, well, I was going to say from a classless perspective, Elder Scrolls Online kind of wins, but it kind of doesn't.
You return. Excellent. Minister Lockney said I sent you on a fool's errand. But I can see from your expression you bring dark tidings. What did Foreman Musa say? Tell me the miners are all right. I can't tell you how disappointed I am to hear that. I have failed in my duty to protect the people of Pridewen. The warnings were there, and I allowed them to be ignored. From this moment forward, I will take every precaution to ensure the people of Pridewen are safe, inside and outside these walls. We will start by discovering how this disaster at the mine began. Surely someone saw something.
Twitch TV. Yes. Yeah, so this is the relaunch of the game.
Are better left in the earth.
So I still don't own the expansion. When I first bought New World, it was just New World without the added stuff and the mounts.
If it can even be recovered.
But it so far, while it's similar to like the experiences that I remember, it's also kind of vastly different as well. Like these whole having cutscenes instead of having my hang on, I got an itchy arm. Just having these cutscenes now, which is so different to just having text on the side of the screen, you know, and you're just clicking accept. Sure, if you want to rush through the game,
please do me one additional favor and bring them
you just spam through, don't you?
She knows this island and its secrets far better.
But it's just so much nicer.
But before you go, what of Foreman Musa? I fear to ask after my dear friend. Is she all right? Did she try to send for help? But I received no dispatches at all. This makes no sense. Unless... well... perhaps Minister Lockney will be able to surmise how this occurred. I'm sorry to impose further, but after seeing Sage Moira, could you look for the minister in the town square?
I want to say it did for me as well. But, you know, when New World first came out, at least for me, there was like... God, there's like 10, 11, 12 of us playing it. So for me, having like all these people, like my friends, all jumping into the same game, that's what made the experience for me.
I've just seen Elias and learned of the tragedy at the mine. Are you the one who recovered the fragments of this tablet they stumbled onto?
There is something creepy about their lips.
Very interesting. Elias said they unearthed this tablet, but it has signs of extensive weathering. Yes. It has clearly been exposed to the elements. I will have to study these fragments more closely. In the meantime, you are new to Pridewen, are you not? Quite a moment to arrive. Do you know our history? On the precipice of Sir Gawain's return to claim the throne, you should learn the significance of this event. Let me tell you the full story. King
Adam, is it free?
Arrived on
It's not free. It is a buy-to-play on Steam, Xbox, and PlayStation. If you've never played New World before, it's worth the play. Especially now that it's giving you... It's putting a lot of effort in telling you a story.
The king's rule was built upon the armor-clad shoulders of his sworn knights. Courageous Sir Gawain, fierce Sir Lancelot.
So I'll come back to that in a second, Dov.
Their valor was tested when hordes of corrupt...
Alright, Sarge!
Guided
Sarge!
by none other than the king's fallen advisor, the wizard Mirrodin. In the wake of the conflict, King Artorius was gone. Fate unknown as the kingdom crumbled.
Yeah, man, I'm good.
Left seeking vengeance, and Galahad to create a new life.
But Sir Gawain was heir to the throne. He departed, seeking only divine blessing for his rule. Prydwen was in
How are you doing, Sarge?
ravaged by war, its people demoralized. It was Minister Locknear,
The almighty governor,
safeguarding the throne for Gawain's return. But Surgeon Jay of Ebonscale Reach captured the hearts of the people. After so many dark years, she emerged as a beacon of hope and was appointed Knight Regent. Now the minister informs us he spotted Sir Gawain's sails on the horizon. And we prepare for the true heir to finally come home and claim his throne.
Now perhaps you understand how momentous Gawain's return really is.
So I
Might
try
feel
not
worrisome
to
hear this news
talk
from
over
mine
cutscenes
and
because
from
I
the
get a
farms.
little bit lost in the audio. There was something that one of you said that I was going to come back to. Hang on. Do try going. So yeah. I tried to come back to the game, and I think it was to show KD, who's usually on the channel, what the game is like. And when I came back to it, my character couldn't. I could unequip my armor and weapons, but I couldn't re-equip them, and that's because so much had changed since the last time that I played the game. That me and KD were just there, like, oh boy, this doesn't look. This isn't going to be good for this. So yeah, like leaving and coming back, it's a completely different experience. And starting brand new feels like a completely different game, even though everything that was underpinning is still there. Sarge, yeah, if you've never played this, man, you will have a good time. Just take your time with it, enjoy the story, soak up everything the game's got. Don't treat it like you're playing WoW and you're just trying to smash your way through it. Spamlo, yeah, this is New World. Re-released yesterday on Steam, Xbox, and PlayStation. I can't remember what the prices are and across all the platforms though. But if you've never played it before, YN319, thank you very much for the follow. And Jordy on Buns is here. I saw you sneak in. No, you're very welcome, buddy. It's worth the play. If you've never played it before, like coming to someone that's done it before,
Though Minister Locknear has been keeping it quiet.
different experience. It feels like a traditional RPG again.
Claiming their farms are
It feels like an
overrun
RPG over an MMO.
But Locknear assures me it's under control. If you have further questions, ask him. I must get to studying these fragments. Let's hope they yield answers.
Thank you, Jordy on Buns, for the pumped up. And Jack, thank you very much for the like. And got something to go that's in my eye. What faction did you go with? I assume it's still factions, right? Yeah, still 3 factions. I haven't been given the choice yet to choose between any of the factions. But Mitt here, I'm just going to follow suit on whichever way he's gone. Because otherwise I will find him in an alleyway. And I will cap him. Syndicate got chosen for the company, so we're Syndicate. So I love the idea that you're just getting beaten to death by a healer. Do you have a clan PR gaming community? A clan PR gaming community? Ah, that makes more sense. Yes, so we did make a... we do have a Discord server where we've got dedicated space for this. We've got dedicated space for Once Human, and we've got a dedicated space for Throne and Liberty. As well as everything else that I do. So there's links to our YouTube channel when I'm live there. Links to TikTok, but it's a bit slow. as well as any game review I do. Everything Colin is all in one place.
After so many years without our true leader, it's natural to have doubts. But I assure you, the hour draws near. The bloodline of Artorius will soon sit again upon the throne. What we have endured here,
It sounds like a perfect place. Yes.
with what challenges Gawain has faced in his long journey home.
Julian Buns.
He has persevered for you.
Everything here is just completely different to when we played it. Sarge 6, I will add you. What's your favourite game to play at the moment apart from New World? Kaizen, that's a big question. That's a massive question. Let me think while this cutscene's playing, and I will answer. Disney Dreamlight Valley. Disney Dreamlight Valley. It's not Disney Dreamlight Valley. I've dropped my glasses. So, my favourite game outside of this, Throne and Liberty. I put in like 60 hours since release with Throne and Liberty. I've been playing a lot of the Sword Art Online, the new game that's come out. As well, it's definitely not Pizzuno. Pizzuno! And Dragon Ball Sparking. I am a fan of trash games. And that's why I come here, just to share the trash that I enjoy. Because the beauty is, there's always going to be someone else that enjoys a bit of trash too. Kisu, is this the console version? So I'm playing the PC version at the moment. Thanks, Kaizen. Yeah. So this is the PC version. I'm just playing with a controller. Oh, Lost Ark. So I do want to go back to Lost Ark. But I also feel like if I was to play Lost Ark, it would get... I'm spending a lot of time on Amazon games. I feel like that's too much time. I play PC and it's great. They didn't update and my FPS dropped massively. Unplayable. Well, I thought the console version was out yesterday. Is Lost Ark what you wanted me to try? Or is that Ark Evolved or something? Jordy on Buns, you could just name any game. It's like, did you want me to play this?
There's my honey.
I did look up Chrono Odyssey. I did. It looks crazy. Like for another Korean action MMO.
Yes, this is fantastic. I'm gonna whip us up some honey cakes right away.
So I do kind of agree that with you, Shin, that Lost Ark is a bit trashy. But it's because there's so much stuff that you could actually do. Like, it wasn't just a bit of a Diablo clone. It's got a bit of Monster Hunter mixed in there, and it's got a bit of this and a bit of that. I thought that was kind of banging for what it offered.
Good turn with my devil's honey. I'm thinking I might have another favor to ask, if you've got the time. Seeing as how everyone is talking about battening down the hatches here to protect against the lost, I think we need to stock up on spirits.
Hey, today is the 16th.
I think I might know a spot to get our hands on some perfectly aged wine from the old world.
Gotta give him that hawk and spit on that thing.
Thank you very much for the gifts. Jordy on Buns. I'm getting really confused because I've got like new tabs have just opened up on TikTok Live Viewer. They lost me on the out accounts and dailies, which would take 5 hours, but I reinstalled today because I missed the combat. Yeah, it's the combat. That's the thing that was keeping me there. But it was also like...
Grab as many jars of wine as you can find.
You need to turn subs on.
Celebrate a little while we still have the time.
What, as in subtitles for my stream?
Tomorrow.
Nobody wants Colin subtitles. We don't have access to that yet, KD.
Ah, I'll praise
That's something
you,
which
Commander.
comes when you've got
I understand
1,000
the
likes, I
Night
think.
Regent dispatched you to the mines.
Yep.
Not to ask of a guest, but it's her prerogative. Do tell, though. I hope the situation there wasn't as dire as it sounded. She said that,
Rip.
did she?
Rip. Thanks.
Well, yes, I do recall receiving at least one dispatch. But her demands were absolutely out of the question. The foreman wanted us to send all our knights to help defend the mines, but that was, of course, impossible.
Katie, I've only been streaming since, like, what, the beginning of September on TikTok? It takes time. You
With all the
bitch.
preparations for the return of the true heir, we simply can't dispatch our knights everywhere they're needed. I was preparing to send a few knights.
Is it just
but I was told
Geordie?
you
Is it
were
because of
given
the like?
time.
There's more like the way that they're telling a story. It's kind of different compared to what it used to be, right?
Oh, by all means, tell her I will come as soon as I finish my vital work on behalf of the true heir, which was proceeding apace before I
I
was
can't remember who was saying it, Shin,
Tell
but
her it
earlier
won't
on someone was like, it kind of reminds them of Fable.
to Pride-One.
Yeah, I feel like when we played it originally, it was very much like, oh, we're here for PvP. So I'm going to level PvP while one of our friends is employed a Chinese gold farmer to like level his character for him. I'm going to clip that and send it to him. There's passive aggressive. And then there's passive aggressive, right? Sarge, I'm going to do it now, because otherwise I'm going to forget. How do? It's been so long since I've added someone on. By username. Sarge 666. There's a lot of 6, and there's a 69. It's the 69 I appreciate the most. If you can send me that screenshot, because I'm somehow failing at this. Yeah, send me that screenshot. Alternatively, Sarge, just send me a message in TikTok. That way I can respond to it, and I can just send you a link to the Discord. Makes my life so much easier. Right, we're going to pick the end there. Right, dapping out. I can't follow icons. HML. So coming back to the game after playing it on original release, it's pretty cool. I realise that's downplaying it.
You return, but without Minister.
There's a quality here that there
Claimed he
wasn't
was too
originally.
busy with his preparations? Perhaps it's just as well. As Knight Regent, it may be best if I handle matters personally going forward.
Why? Right, Zykor, are you on one of these chats? Because bringing me to Discord is confusing me. Is there plans for DLC? Thanks for coming in, Sarge. Yeah, I'm going to try and have a good night. And you as well. Is there plans for DLC? Nothing's been said yet. But I think, now that they've gone through this whole relaunch, the game's got like a better foundation now compared to what it had before. I think it would be silly for them to not capitalize on that. So the next thing that has to happen is a roadmap, but it is Amazon Games. They might pussy out. Did they fix the whole problem we had? Early doors, I felt like we spent hours chopping trees. You are always going to be chopping trees in this game. This is RuneScape to you. This is action RuneScape. So I don't know why you're complaining about cutting down trees. I've got pins and needles in my foot, so like if my face like does this thing, it hurts. They need to add more content now. Yeah. Yes, they do. Anonymous, thank you very much for the tofu. And thank you very much for the heart. Amazon Games is so shit. Lovely company. All I ever wanted is Jeff Bezos trying to make games. Yeah, look, that's always going to be the case, right? When you think about this guy has lots of money. Thank you very much for the donuts.
While you were away, Foreman Musa visited and related the whole story from the mines. She says the day after the mysterious tablet appeared, lost pirates attacked the mines, seemingly out of nowhere. These pirates could only have come from the Beseth shore to the north. There was a den of brigands there, and now they are apparently lost.
So, when it comes to that Lord of the Rings MMO,
and we must find the source.
I had a bit of a theory, and that was New World. New World was going to be the Lord of the Rings MMO, but they had to repurpose it.
Dispatched Sir Payne to the north, which is my duty as Night Regent.
But since the relaunch, I'm not quite sure anymore.
Pleased, but perhaps he will now deign to pay me a visit.
Liam on YouTube, while I'm reading your messages, I don't know what's going on. And I need an adult. Thank you, Jord.
You are eager and courageous.
Back in a sec. Need to book in some postal orders to go up. You don't need more cards.
And discover what drives them. May fortune go with you both.
My hope would be that they have learned a thing or two. I would quite like it if they gave like New World style combat, but Lord of the Rings. I'd be quite happy with that. If you are talking about the ones that are on your TikTok account, yes, because I liked them. But it's either the beginning of a Lord of the Rings MMO will be as bad as New World, or they'll just get started and it'll come out in 10 years later. I mean, it's going to be one or the other, right? I think it'll be good. We need to see more about it. We need to see something about it. And I think it's okay to be excited about something without seeing the evidence. Kind of like any relationship. You don't really know what you're getting yourself into. Very much in the same way that the Riot MMO, which we have not seen, people are still very, very excited for. Right, this boy needs stone. Take the long way around. I'm not sure. As soon as they stop talking about the fighting game, I stopped paying attention, which is kind of bad. As always, nice little rummage for the bush. Oh, Nanamoot. And Nananuti is back. I always love the satisfying echo of rock being mined. So, a lot of the sound effects are, like, stupidly satisfying, right? It's just when you get to the point where you start hearing gunfire out of nowhere. The trees shut. Rock. Yeah, well, Tim, now that the latest version or the re-release of the game is out, it feels a lot nicer. Green grass, completely different. Like coming back to it, it feels like I'm playing a different game. Like you've still got a lot of you know, you need to go mining, and there's still an emphasis on crafting systems. But it's just also this whole like there are actual cutscenes now, so it's kind of taken a leaf out of, or take a page out of Elder Scrolls Online's book, and I dig that, like genuinely do. Thomas, is this Throne? That's exactly what I said, Jordy. Is this Throne and Liberty, Thomas? No, so this is New World, a game that's been out on PC forever, but they've just relaunched on PC, Xbox, and PlayStation. Yeah, it's and it's crossplay. Mitch, Mike, Melody. Right, I don't know if I'm getting derpy or if these names are getting harder for me to read. I've seen it in a bunch of places. It looks interesting. Mike works. Mike's easy. How's it feel on a controller? I mean, playing through controller, it feels nice. Like, it's probably going to be different when I get to a point where I'm having to, like, heal dungeons and stuff, don't get me wrong. And then I will probably go back to using mouse and keyboard. But for the time being, I'm having a good time. I got max level and was completing M4, so, like, that far in. What's new? Is it worth coming back? Personally, I feel like if you've got to endgame, it's not necessarily worth coming back to right now. Like, wait for a roadmap of new content, because it feels like this is now a good foundation to build upon, and they will be stupid if they do not capitalize on that. The names are hard to pronounce, and I am special. Fair shout. You never read that last name, Cole. Which last name? How many hours have I put into the game? I remember playing it when it released. Good game. So if we go by what my Steam says, I've put 52.8 hours into the game. But so far I'm like however long the stream is, so 2 hours. Psycho, thank you very much for the follow, buddy. That's a shame because Endgame was a bit naff. However, New World is my favourite RPG. Yeah. I mean, I can see that. What game is this? Steve, this is New World. Out on Steam, Xbox, and PlayStation 5. Throne and Liberty wasn't bad. Throne and Liberty is quite good. Right, 10 stones. Right, let me do the 10 stones because I'm getting confused. Damn, I'm downloaded then. Front Liberty was disappointing outside of the catch creation. Combat was hard to get used to. It depends on your character build, right? The game gave you so much, didn't give you so much freedom, but it gave you enough freedom to kind of do something that you would like to do. So I always feel like if you didn't like the combat, that's because you didn't play around enough with the character, the different weapons and the builds that were available. I mean, for fuck's sake, I'm a healer, and I'm doing a fair amount of damage now. I think New World Combat is elite, apart from everything being a damage sponge. That's any action RPG, right? Ben, is it good? I like it. And for me, that's enough. It's pretty. It's pretty. The combat feels weighty. I like the animations, even though some people don't like the way that I run. I like the crafting. I like the world. And on a controller, it feels quite nice and responsive. I didn't like the idea of clicking and auto-attacking. I like to swing each attack. Yeah, but I liked WoW. I liked Final Fantasy 14 as well, and same sort of game, right? They have auto-attack. They have tab targeting. Do you have to buy the Eternum DLC? No, so if you get the basic version of the game, you will get everything apart from the content that comes with the expansion, like the mounts and stuff. But to be honest, I was just going to get to level 50, and if I get to level 50 and go, I'm still enjoying this, I will then put the money in to get the expansion. Fair enough, I might wait for a discount. Nothing wrong with waiting for a discount. I just checked my Steam and I have it. What a surprise! Benchy, thank you very much for the follow. And Ben, thank you very much for the follow. I love the idea that like you guys are gonna come back to like if you come back online tomorrow and I'm streaming and you'll be like, that's not New World, that's Throne and Liberty. Number 2, right, Tannery. Or spin you right out and I'll be playing RuneScape. Throne Day tomorrow, I think. You know the answer to that question, Jordy and Buns. How big's the map? Pretty big. That's me zooming out. I don't know what area is the expansion and stuff. For some reason, I have a feeling where the road goes off into the darkness. I think it's up here. Hopefully, someone else in the chat. So I would say it's pretty big. Admittedly, Mitt, my intention was to do a bit of New World, do a bit of Throne and Liberty tonight. I feel like it's not working out that way. Full course leather. It feels right. Which feels wrong to say out loud. No, using a controller, it feels nice, it feels responsive. I'm not really overly worried. Is it an MMO? Yes. How about tomorrow we do Throne Dungeons, then New World Dungeons? I don't know why that's hurt my brain. Ah! Right, let's zoom back in. Where am I going? Right, we don't need anything. There is something here. I'm happy to do 2 dungeons per day.
You brought exactly what
Or
I
we can
needed.
subscribe to WoW,
The right
and I would
type
do
and the right amount.
dungeons all day.
Always this resourceful?
Is it click combat like Baldur's Gate? No. So this is action-based combat.
Have you made friends here?
Did not mean to just skip
Seem
a
like
line of
someone
dialogue.
A person would be lucky to call a friend. Back
Shit.
home in Syria, we always repay favors. You've helped me a lot.
This guy is a Lannister.
Favor. Words to live by, Rajal Sadak. You could be knight material, and I want to see you make it through a few more summers at least. Has anyone taught you how to make a sword?
Don't really use swords, mate.
I suppose I must do everything around here.
don't know what personalities just came out there. Now with WoW, I do private service. You cheapskate.
You have that industrious look about you.
That your name, or is that a story thing? Story thing. Yeah, combat. So combat's action based. So I use void gauntlets. So my right click on my right trigger is my basic attack. I can charge it up. One of the abilities that I've got, I can turn it into a saber. So, I mean, that very much is a Halo blade, right? But then everything goes into melee. And, you know, my left trigger is then a block as well. B to dodge. There is a stamina bar. And then I can switch over to my second weapon, which is a healing staff. I haven't put enough time into it yet. But it is like a thwap and then a whoop. And I got a heal as well. You can't promote me yet. Alright. That makes sense. Yeah, I'm not there yet, am I? But it shouldn't take me too much longer. Is the hope. Collect unrefined ore from iron veins. Monarch's Bluff, going south. Coming to get you. Yeah, it won't take long for me to get there. Chris the Duck. This is New World. It's out on PC, Xbox, and PlayStation. Oh, it's fine. I can hold on to the power for a little bit longer. Do it. Fincher, yeah, I do. It's pretty. It's pretty. It plays nice. Colin! We got to play Once Human tomorrow, Colin. Why specifically tomorrow, KD? It looks actually pretty good. I might need to get it. It's worth the get. Like, at the moment, based on stuff that is out or coming out, especially a game which is, you know, of this genre, it is a... You go for this if you want something a little bit more actiony, or if you want a more traditional experience, you go for Throne and Liberty. It was Monarch Bluff. Yeah, good. We're in the right place. It was the first MMO I played since SWOTOR. I will check Discord now. And thank you very much for the raise, buddy. Catch you later, my guy. Well, have a good evening, buddy. Thanks for popping in today. What am I playing? Yeah, yeah. So this is New World. It's out on PC, Xbox, and PlayStation. It is a buy-to-play. The new scenario comes on Once Human tomorrow. Colin, why is everything happening at the same time? Like, as I start to freak out. Right, ore. Are we prepared for Once Human, though? Well, Finchley, thank you very much for popping in today. And have a good evening. Aaron, this is New World. Recently re-released on PC, Xbox, and PlayStation. Mitt, if you check on Discord, Chaos, because you mentioned private WoW server, they want to know more. As I miss every hit. Aaron, thank you very much for the follow! Way too much energy. I felt like there was a time where I didn't put too much energy into this, but now I'm like, oh thank you for the follow. As I'm like a husk. A husk that can't get comfy, what the fuck? Right, that was it. Right, Cycle, you have been messaging me. You just need to decide how long to run it for and entry ones. I've added visitor.
Gotta give him that hawk to it. Spit on that thing.
Thank you very much for the flame heart. Is New World any good now? And I've played when it first came out, but it felt very empty. It does feel like a different game. So, you know, the way that I've been pitching this to people that have, you know, kind of been coming in and asking, if you played it before and you got to end game and you kind of did all that goodness, there's probably not much here for you. But that's because they've pretty much just worked the new player experience. So, like, quests now, they're not what we first had, which was a wall of text that's giving you a little bit of story and just kind of pushing you off in the right direction. Now it's like full-blown cutscenes with voice acting. They've taken what they've just it feels like they've taken what Elder Scrolls Online does and gone, yeah, do you know what, we could do that, and I feel like it's worked. Like, it feels like a nice new experience. Is the MMO aspect gone? No territory wars, etc. No, it's all still here. There was a war happening earlier on, but it ain't here now, so I don't know where it's gone. But you still have castles and everything like that, and sieges and bits to take over. Jay, such a bad game. Still no 2024 roadmap. I mean, look, the relaunch has only just happened, right? They've built upon the foundation of the game. So I think we just got to wait a little bit now, and the next step should be a roadmap. Like, I realise that's very optimistic, and being optimistic sometimes just doesn't get you anywhere. But they would be stupid to not capitalise on the fact that there's a lot more people playing this, viewing this. Is it controller friendly? Yes, Paul. I'm using the controller. I don't know why that was so animated. Yeah, it plays nice. It feels nice with a controller. I really don't get what's changed then. For the most part, it's the retelling of the storyline. It's the There's quality of life changes stuff in here as well, but normally, I think Mitt's got like a list. Mitt knows more about what's changed than I do. So I'm going to refer you to Mitt, and hopefully he's here. Was there since day one, paid DLC was their last hope, and was let down. Yeah, I mean, I think when you got through that paid DLC, you kind of go, oh, well, there's nothing else that's going to happen in this game, right? Oh, well, stupid decision, stupid decision. Yeah, you run away. I think it's just something which we're now in a position, because that it's a new foundation, it's a new start. My hope is that it's going to be a better game. Is it just spamming town boards? I haven't got that. Do you know what? I haven't done... Because I haven't got to the point where I'm joining a faction yet. I ain't there yet. But hopefully it isn't like that, because that's how I remember the game being the first time around. And I am carrying too much. God damn it. Played this religiously 1 to 2 years ago. Has much changed? The new player experience has changed. Great deal. Everything's got voice cutscenes now. Controller support is noise. I'm over encumbered. Let me deal with this. I mean, that should be enough, right? Equip a bag. Yeah. And you can swim. There you go. Swimming for me is the selling point. Like, as stupid as that sounds, the fact that I can swim now, not Terminator my way across a lake. So got to go back. You want me to go there, and that kind of frightens me, and I don't really want to go there. And I think it's still quite pretty. I'm confused. What does that line mean? Oh, it's just yeah, okay. There's more too. It's just some of the bigger changes. Yeah, like I'm genuinely shocked at what's changed. Like, it feels like a different experience. But also keeping in mind that, like, I didn't come back for the expansion. Not even seen the island for the new area yet. Is there a new area, or is that, like, from the expansion new area? Ah, how many did they want me to make? 9. Because they wanted me to make a sword. Oh, no, no. I'm having a blast on it. As long as Amazon Game Studios keep updates coming, it'll do very well. That's what I think. That's how I feel. I feel like that it has to happen. You're getting so many new players in. They're getting such an injection of cash now, bringing it over to the to consoles. That if they go, yeah, no more has been added, it'll be done. I did forget that I do dislike the location of, like, forges and stuff, because I'm running from one side of town to the other. I can hear a forge being hit. God damn it. Oh, wait. Let's go, boys. Right, iron longsword. Even though I'm not going to use it.
That's a fine-looking sword, Rashal Sadak. It would almost rival the swords in Syria. I'm not surprised. It's what I've come to expect from you.
There we go. But yeah, Colin, just message me when you're ready for governor and I will sort it. And gave you top rank for now. Okay. Cool beans. Cool beans. Cool. Am I enjoying it? Yes.
Drop by
it's
at the
just
tavern any time you want to drink, all right. I'll tell you stories.
It's not.
Of the high king victorious
It's not that
you
it starts slow. It's just, for me, this is a remix from what I did a few years back. So it's like, it's the same, but different. Thank you very much for attending my TED Talk. That's how I'm going to describe everything from now on. It's the same, but different. That is a big sword. Okay, up the other way. So to everyone that was complaining about project boards, we're off to the project board. Tee-hee. That way. People are performing? Yeah, have a tip. There you go. It's the idea that I just turn my microphone on and game in it. Here's a tip, get a job. Project board. Okay, you want bison? War for territory ownership. Okay, so I'm not going to do anything from the board right now. It's tier 3 max. Yep, that's not what I wanted. Yeah, right, that sounds like fun. I'll take that. I feel like it's... Max Hammerfist is the best porno name I've ever heard. Thank you very much for the follow. And Owen, thank you very much for the follow as well. Overprotection. So I'm not going to spend my life staff points yet. And that might be a mistake, I'm not sure. Hetero! Oh, thank you very much. Thank you, Owen. I feel like when I stream I talked way too much. But I think it's a part of it, right? I'm not sure. You just talk lots anyway, Colin. Right. So I'm going to let you in on a little story. So when I first started streaming on TikTok and started up the Discord, and then I got KD on Discord and I got Invis on Discord, I was very, very quiet while on those, like, I just let everyone else talk around me. So it's not that I always talk. You fucker. I'm really confused. Gormley. This is New World. It's on Steam, or PC in general, Xbox and PlayStation. Yeah, like sometimes I just go really quiet. If it's outside of the stream, I generally, it's not, I just go quiet. Like, I'm like, haha, sitting in the darkness. Gormley, thank you very much for the follow. And thank you very much for the like. I'm no liar. Now me, you, and Viz and VC, all we do is talk. Yeah, I just take the piss out of people. Hey, but Owen, that's what streaming is, right? Like, sure, if I'm playing a game which is going to be very I still don't know what. I'm just going around giving people tips. That's what streaming is to me, right? It would be different if I'm doing something which is like PvP, and where the focus is primarily on PvP, and I need to concentrate. But I'm playing a game that's got a bit of story. I get lost a lot. I'm on YouTube as well, and the whole thing I do on YouTube, which is, if you want to guide me, if you want to help me, if you want to point me in the right direction, just do it. Like that's how I've always tagged to my streams. Like, backseat gaming's fine, just don't come in and be a dick. that dems my rules. But it's about sitting down, having a laugh, and playing games with people. And that's why we started the Discord server, so we can start bringing people in and start playing games together and stuff like that. I'm an absolute madman. Just a bit of fun, isn't it? Thank you very much for the like as well, Shannon. What games is this most like? I mean, open world RPG. I don't know. I don't know what else to compare this to. Because there's not really a lot of MMOs that are action-based now. Like, a part of me wants to say it's, you know, there's a little bit of Neverwinter Nights online. Exactly this. We're getting to that point in the night where I think the Matt Berry voice can start coming out. Exactly this. Let's just have a good time and play games. Yeah, 100%. That's what it's all about. Even when I get lost. And the problem in a game like this is when I get lost, I just end up like cutting wood. But yeah, Frankie, it's a really weird one. It's a really hard one to answer because you in some ways, you've got every MMO ever built into this. But then you've also got a little bit of survival games in there as well. Ha ha! I can hear you, Clem Fandango! Right, fuck off! A bit, yeah, no, Black Desert though, really? I don't agree with you with Black Desert. This is the greatest thing I've ever witnessed. It's the oh shit, what's it called? What We Do in the Shadows. Where it's like, what does he say? Fuck off with your cheap love potions. Just bought this and having a good time 1 hour through. Only thing I found is a lack in abilities. Yes. having 3 abilities per weapon is a bit rough, right? The survival aspects, it's just the crafting side. Like gathering, making rations. Yeah, it's a shame that with what we do in the Shadows, I think it's the next season, which is the last season, or there's one more that's coming after it. Yeah, so I guess I say like build diversity is a bit weak, but it's not necessarily that build diversity is weak. It's just when you've settled on what sort of weapons you want or your play style, that you've kind of really got one of 2 trees to pick from, really. So from that aspect, a bit disappointing. But the hope is that they're going to continue to add more builds or more weapons to choose from. Because I can't remember, but Void Gauntlet wasn't here when the game launched. Or was the Flail and Shield or Greatsword. And apparently Blunderbuss, but I think Blunderbuss is a lie. I think it was always there. You think that combat might get a bit stale? No. And let's shut that conversation down. No. I don't think it'll get stale. It's depending on the content that you do. So having a guild, like having a community of people that you're playing this game with, it won't get stale. If you go into it as a solo experience, it will get stale very quickly.
Good of you to join us, my valiant friend. I heard about your heroics at the mine. You definitely have the makings of a knight. For now, we are simply
Don't want to be a knight, though.
Not
Well, yeah,
quite a
okay.
full
But I feel like that's any game. Right? Any MMO that you... Had a hidden Pepsi, and I'm a thirsty boy. It's definitely a social game. I spent multiple hours just cutting trees with friends. Yeah, you're just vibing, aren't you? It's RuneScape. Oh, when you just described RuneScape. Like, that's it. You silly bastard. It is RuneScape.
Before you do anything else, you must build yourself a campsite. It's the wise move when we're this far from Pridewen. There's a splendid spot nearby. Set your tent, relax a bit if you like. We'll be here.
But there is a new game coming out. Not like RuneScape. It's made by one of the guys that was involved with RuneScape. Brighter Shores? I really wish Jordy and Buds was here because we were having this conversation the other day. Brighter Shores. I'm looking forward to it. I'm playing that day one. I'm going to stream it. Everyone's going to be like, why the fuck are you playing this? And I'm going to be like, because it looks amazing. I didn't know up on the D-pad did anything. Right. Camp. No line of sight. Obstructed. No line of sight. Obstructed. Admittedly, this is chaos, right? The survival thingy, I've just signed up for the playtesting. The NDA is mad. All NDAs are mad. Especially when it comes to the games industry. No, it's... ouch. It's releasing next month. I don't know why I'm trying to like Skyrim horse my way down. I really need to craft some new armor. That's the one thing I'm kind of feeling right now. Float bottles of old world wine. Old world wine. But no, look into that Brighter Shores. I'm sure it's called Brighter Shores. It just looks like they've taken, like, admittedly, it's people that are involved with RuneScape who have also made this, and made that game. But it just looks like they've kind of taken a bit of modern, a bit of old game, and gone, we're going to give you something completely different. And that's what's needed. And that's what got me into RuneScape, if I'm honest with you. I needed something that was different at the time. I thought that anything else that was coming out of Jagex was pretty much cancelled. Level 17, wrong way. I've come here looking for wine bottles. Right, I'm not reading that name out loud, but everyone can see that, right? Right, wine bottles. I don't know how I could do the voice. Like, sometimes I can do it really well, sometimes I can't. That's right, KD. I mean, almost. But sometimes I just appreciate that you tried. Right, I'm not following that guy. It does feel... Sometimes it feels like the game's a little bit spammy. But I guess that's what happens when you've got 3 abilities plus your auto attack. Well, auto attack, but... Get out, you spooky bitch. Hey, Fuzzy B! Thank you very much for the follow! I've got to run and get some sleep, but I'll catch you on another stream, my friend. Enjoy your stream. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for turning up, Owen, as well. I don't like that I'm derping out. I need a reboot. Reboot myself. Ugh. I don't like that I had to go from one side of an encampment to the other just to find some wine jars. There's a boat? Where's the boat go? What does the boat do? I mean, I know what boats do, but I don't remember there being boats in the game before. Need a fishing pole. Right, no, I want to put camp down. Cannot build near up. No, okay. Alright, we're playing this game again. Okay. This worth a buy. Callum, if you have never played New World, I think you'll have a good time. I think it's worth it. Combat's quite nice for an MMO. Quite nice is kind of underselling it, I'm not gonna lie. Controller support's nice. I'm playing on PC, but we've got some other people that are a bit that are here. Feel like there is a butt coming. No, there's no real butt. If you've never played the game before, you'll have a good time. as someone that played the game when it first came out, it's a very different experience. So it's not that it's difficult to put into words. It's just so different. I'd be a little bit more happier if I don't know what just happened. In comparison, like, oh, okay, so it built when I walked away. Why that? When it first came out, it needed a lot of work, and this rebuild or this relaunch of the game, it feels like it's a different product completely. Like, they had a decent foundation in terms of like combat system and visuals, but now that storyline's actually being presented to you in a nice and clean way, in that the delivery from most of the characters is pretty good.
You're back.
Whereas in the past, that wasn't the case. In the past, it was very much like WoW, where you've just got like a wall of text in front of you.
Camp, with more pirates and supplies arriving by the minute. Indeed. It's going to take an army to drive them out, and we currently lack an army. Perhaps we should pursue a more honorable approach to resolving this conflict. You two stay here and defend our position. I will go forth and challenge the leader of the pirates to a duel. And when I am victorious,
that's the right thing to do.
Demand that they withdraw from these shores.
But just turning my camera off for a second. Don't need an army when you've got me around.
Oh, well, yes. Good point. I suppose our options will be more limited then. I'm afraid I'm not much of a strategist in a scenario like this. What do you think would be most prudent? That's a grand idea. They've been unloading cargo using the smaller rowboats. If you can destroy their rowboats and all the cargo they've dropped, that would slow them down. I'll stay and keep an eye out for their leader.
Ah, there we go. Hello. Hi. Brigands on the beach. Fire staff, nope. Great sword, no. That's 2-1, 2-1, 2-1. Ooh, light gloves. Yes. I feel like this is the fanciest a character in a game with me has ever looked. I'm not gonna lie, he's starting to look like he's going to a sexy party. The way I pronounced that was horrible. This game does have more than one song, right? Like, I feel like that's the reason why the song is etched into my brain. So another boat down there. Itchy foot. That just looked like out of place and very like low res. That was bizarre. Bizarre in the sense that two things went off at the same time and my frame rate just dropped. See, this is why I'm very glad that they have added mounts into the game.
Come on, you stiff-necked fool! What possible interest would I have in spying on this pathetic little outpost you got here?
You see, that is precisely the kind of thing a spy would say, particularly when she was caught creeping around near our camp.
Tell me
That's
this
exactly
then,
what they would
Sir
say.
Wisdom. What exactly would I be wanting to learn? How you scratch your arse in an iron suit?
Ha! Trying to distract me with insults, eh? But it won't work.
Took your sweet time getting here. I was sizing up the pirate base until this suspicious sod nabbed me. Can you tell him I'm not a spy?
I mean, I could.
Very funny.
Ah, well. If you know her, then I suppose that we could give her another chance. But I'll have my eye on you.
Liam Payne?
Better keep your eyes to
Have I
yourself,
missed something?
Unless you want him poked out.
Over here. The diddler.
Bravo, my bold friend! I feared the pirates would overwhelm you, but it seems you are nigh unstoppable. And I suppose if you're willing to vouch for Miss O'Malley, we'll give her the benefit of the doubt. For the moment, at least.
Who? Right, I'm Googling this. That's crazy. Ed, you've come in here with news quicker than some websites have come with this news.
The woman claims she snuck into the pirates' den and there are hundreds within. But can we really trust her? After all, she is a pirate herself. Very well then. If she's to be believed, the source of this plague on our lands may well be inside. You'll have to hear her account yourself. If you're willing to venture into the den on her word, then so be it. We'll hold...
mysterious footwear. They were in one direction, Mitt. Yeah, Mitt. Yep, that's how much I'm dapping out right now. Open the next. Chilled Fang. Ooh, mangy hide. Okay, so I've learnt music. So how do I then play that music? I need an instrument. Everything makes sense now.
Oh, have you ever met such coordinated pirates? It's like they went to school or something. How will people ever find their
Yeah,
way
that makes
to
sense.
Prydwen if they
Have they
can't
introduced
even
mounts
survive
yet? The
this
travelling was
beach?
horrible. Great potential though. Yeah, Dan, mounts are in. They introduced it with the game's first expansion. Which, if you own New World on PC, you get like the new, rebuild, relaunch of the game. But you would still need to buy the expansion. But I think it's like as of level 20, you can then start using mounts.
I was a baby and an absolute terror. Folks here say I used to
Admittedly,
from behind
as soon as I found out there were mounts in the
them.
game, I almost came
My
back.
bag had a fleur-de-lis,
Back
and I
then,
spoke
you
a
know.
little French back then. Royal, ha, hardly. I just want to make these pirates cry for their mothers. If only they didn't have so many weapons and barrels of gunpowder. Oh, what a good way to turn the barrels on them. Sneak up on the pirates, light their barrels, and then boom! Pirates blown to pieces!
Well, yeah, do you know, that's a good point. I was about to say, from a WoW perspective, I get it. From a Diablo 4, I don't. But, like, Diablo 4 is... That first experience up until you get your mount is rough. And then any subsequent playthrough, it's quite nice, because you can take that mount wherever you go.
Well now, I do hope you straightened everything out with Sir Pain in me arse. I tried to tell that sod, if you want to defeat these pirates, I know the way.
Thank you very much for the follow!
Not spying so much as taking a measure of the place. Heard there were pirates up here and thought they might be sitting on some valuable loot. And they've got some loot, sure enough. But they don't even seem to care about it. I guess that's what happens when you lose your soul. I'll tell you. But if you go in, I'll be expecting some treasure in exchange for my information. I worked hard for it after all. So here it is. There's a glowing altar in there, and the bastards are drawn to it like flies to a carcass.
A marked party?
Smash the damn thing, and I bet they'll all buzz off.
It does feel like I'm going to a sexy party.
For someone like you, maybe. Not for me. But hey, don't forget our deal. Snatch me up some valuables in there, and we'll be that much closer to getting a ship.
Hey, Homer Gaming TV, thank you very much for the follow. How are you doing today, buddy? Right, you want me to go back there. I'm not going back there yet right now. You want me to go all the way down there. I ain't doing it. So I guess we're going to go blow them down. Hey, thank you very much for the rose. Hop tour. Nope, that is what I want to use. Nope, give me the blade. Yeah, I'm good. Thank you very much for asking. I'm a little bit derpy. I feel like today's been the longest I've been streaming in quite a while. Hey, that's my barrel. Leave it alone. Thank you very much for the donut. I'm stuck. Some crocodiles down there. I can't get over this. Just occasionally seeing the diddler. Right, Eyes off to bed, but I'll catch you tomorrow in your Discord on Once Human. We'll add it to the list. I am working from home tomorrow, so there is a chance I will get in some time on multiple games. But what I don't want to do is overpromise. If I can ask, where are you from? I'm from the UK. It was really weird. So people have asked me before while streaming if I'm American. And I've never understood how. And people in the world chat are going, if the game fails, they'll release it for the Switch for $60. Yes, so I haven't for a while. Effectively I went away for a couple of weeks, so I wasn't able to play anything. So I kind of fell behind. So the idea was, because everyone was going on about, you know, servers are just going to restart and you're going to have to start again from scratch, that I will wait for the new content that's coming tomorrow, and then I will start again from scratch with the aim of doing the new content as well. But that's kind of not how it's worked out. So I'm going to be doing this new content, and I'm going to be like, oh, I'm so far behind. But it'll be okay. Right, search for the pillow. There's something shiny in there. Ha! I don't read. Yes, admit that was kind of how they pitched it. So if you've never looked at gameplay of it, it's a survival horror with a very big emphasis on crafting. And as a part of that, you can build up your own base and everything. So if you're AFK, or if you don't log into the game, it will send everything back to your inventory, and then you have to rebuild it the next time that you log in. But in the new season, the new update, they're adding in a mechanic which is basically warmth. So it's going to be interesting, and as I'm sure you're already aware, I'm not the best at staying organised in games. So it's going to go one of two ways, and I'm probably going to freeze to death 101 times. Have I tried the new Silent Hill remake? I haven't. I am really bad at horror games. I think it's either from a patience perspective or what. But I have seen one of the other guys involved with our respawning channel, our YouTube channel. He was playing through it, and it actually looks really good, so I am tempted. But there's also a lot coming out. There's a lot of stuff that I want to be playing right now. It looks great, and by all accounts, it seems to play great as well. It seems to, from a quality perspective, especially of a remake, it seems to match that of like Resident Evil 4. It's over there. Okay, I might give it a miss then, as I don't have the time to dedicate something like that. Yeah, and that's kind of the problem. And, you know, I mean, we're paying on a PvE server anyway to make life easier. Get it from CD keys. Yes. So, with it being on the list, so I've got Sword Art to continue playing, I've got Dragon Ball to continue playing, I've got Dragon Quest Monsters 3, which is one of my favourite games on the Switch, but I got it on PC. I've got God of War Ragnarok on PC to play through. You can see why I have a problem. So what I don't want to do is kind of commit to anything else. Final Fantasy 16 is also on that list. Right, Colin, pay attention. What are you doing? Defeat the lackeys. That's him over there. No, I've got too many games, lol. I will be getting COD. I'm playing COD. I do not know, however, if I'm going to stream COD, because I'm not really that good. Josh, yeah, you're not the first person to come in and share the news. He fell off of a balcony, didn't he? Yeah, it's Game Pass that I will be playing it on. I do think I will get lost in Dragon Age. Just after the small amount of gameplay. From the small amount of gameplay that I have seen. But also, if anyone from EA is watching it on any of our streaming platforms, I would very much like a copy of Dragon Age. I am excited for it. To the point that I want to look more into it, but at the same time I don't want to look more into it. Because I feel like I will ruin it for myself. And that's what we don't want to do. Oh, sorry, I'm just trying to get comfy. My arse is numb. What, COD? COD's on Game Pass. Is it in here you only stream from? No, Homer. So I'm currently streaming on TikTok, and I'm also streaming on YouTube as well. Don't know why I'm going healer mode. Yeah, we don't jump off walls here. We very politely make our way around and go for the door. Same name, yeah, on YouTube. At least I believe so. Yeah, it should be youtube.com/@respawning UK. you know what? There's all these things that I should remember that I should really write down on like a post-it note or something and put it on my monitor when I'm streaming. My name is Colin. I'm Respawning UK. I play and write video about video games. Have I bought a better weapon yet from the training post? No, I have not. I've been taking everything from quest rewards. Partially because I'm lazy, also partly because I'm tight. Mix and match, really.
Now, look who made it in and out of the pirates' den safely. I knew you could do it. Unlike this sod. Tell me.
So I don't know if that's showing up on the TikTok screen, but my blade has kind of like disjointed from my hand, and it's just going through her.
See there? We make a good team. I go in first, all sneaky like, and get the lay of the land. Then you follow up with force, taking care of business. Of course,
taking care of business.
It's vital all parties profit in a venture. Now that's a right decent friend. This'll get me a bit close. And Sir Payne and me arse let slip that the Knight Regent wants to hire scouts. I'd say that job has my name on it. So I'll see you back in Pridewin.
Wow! That was magnifique!
That was loud.
Poor Andy with
Didn't
gunpowder
like.
barrels. And Sir
Hey,
Payne,
Gary, thank you very much.
He might have even made you a squire.
Now I can never hide. The hunting dissipated. Starts running on Paramount Plus. New Dexter season.
Oui, Sir Payne sees the spark of a knight in me.
Although I apparently need to enable notifications on YouTube, because I would have thought that would have worked.
Impress the regent. But you'll see, I'll become a knight soon. Then everyone will call me so...
Right, can I can salvage. Bye, 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 bye. I want to keep a light gear. Nimble burglar gloves. Yoink. Just salvaging should give you the maze, the mats to craft, yeah? Nope, don't equip it. Salvage. 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 I'll keep you on both. Have a good night. I'm off to sleep. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for finding us, Homer, and for following me everywhere. Well, I perfectly salvaged. And now let's talk to this guy. As long as he doesn't shout in my ear, we're going to be fine.
Miss O'Malley gets what she wants and disappears. I do hope your courage accomplished more than padding her coin purse. I can only imagine the
I don't know if that's innuendo or not.
wade through to reach
Don't know how I feel about that.
Pirate's Den. Did you find the foul sorcery Miss O'Malley claimed was there?
Thank you very much for the for the moo. Thank you very much for the gifts. I've unlocked a house.
Interesting.
I have unlocked a house.
That's why we're seeing even fewer of the scoundrels coming ashore than before. This revelation should be taken back to the Knight Regent with all haste. I must keep vigil here. Ensure these scoundrels don't attempt any further incursions to the south. You must go alone and go quickly. Use the
Mate, don't tell me how to live my life. If I want to buy an house, I'm buying an house.
Time is of the essence.
Thanks, Homer. You too, buddy. No, I know. It'll be because I haven't picked a faction yet. Right, back up the hill. A first-time buyer's discount? Oh, that changes everything. That character's called Hop on Your Ma. Z, this is New World. It's available on Steam, Xbox, and PlayStation. It's a buy-to-play, but I can't remember how much it costs. Partial spook, as that person just noomed past me. Bring news. Back at the settlement. Okay. Is it any good? I think so. I think, like, I played the when it originally came out on PC. Coming back to this version, which launched yesterday, it's genuinely a good experience. What's changed? There's a host of like quality of life stuff, and there are now like quests are fully voiced. Excuse me, with quests fully voiced with animations in there. I'm the same as you. I played it when it first came out. Yeah, so for me it's been like quite a shock because like one of the early quests that you get in the game is just to go out and get some mushrooms, right? Oh, there's some honey. Sorry. And I was like, the characters, there's a cutscene where this person's actually telling me to go out and do this thing for them for a reward. Whereas in the past, I was like, I remember reading through walls of like dialogue to tell me to go and do the exact same thing. So I'm like, from that perspective alone, it's like this whole new experience. But you know, if you're someone that's played the game before, got max level, done all the end game content, I don't think it's like worthwhile. But as someone that's either A, completely brand new to the game, or B, didn't get that far,
Oh yeah, I can feel the
it's good
party
jumping back in.
going on already. We
Oh,
got
and you can
wine
swim.
And honey cakes. It's gonna be a feast.
I don't know what that fire symbol means though. Oh, my camp, I'm too far away. That makes sense. Oh, and controller support's quite nice as well. That's fair. A lot of people get put off with the gathering side of the game. But it's that I quite like making my own equipment. I quite like figuring out where I can get bits and pieces from. Zykor, did not realise you sent me a party invite. Yeah, I mean, if you owned it beforehand, starting a brand new character, it doesn't hurt.
I have to confess, seeing you return brings me a great deal
Like,
of
you now own the base version of the game with the new stuff.
more than ever.
So I will get to a point where I will go,
enterprising
I'm actually really enjoying this.
was here.
I've done all the base content. I will go buy the expansion now, and I will continue that way.
Grace says she was with you up north, and the pirates were rallying to some strange altar. Is it possible it's connected to the tablet from the mine?
Just quickly checking something on TikTok. Boo. That one. Okay. The only thing I probably would say is, like, you've got two choices on how you're going to tackle the game, right? You can jump in there and go,
exactly.
I'm just going to... I'm going to build my character in a way which is just going to be funny.
Surely she's learned something.
Funny might not be the word, but I'm just going to have fun and I'm going to explore. Or you go and view builds online.
Must attend to less pleasant matters.
I haven't done the bit looking at builds yet, but as I'm going to go support, I feel like I need to.
Yes, you've earned that right. I must soon deal with Minister Locknear's disrespect head on. He's and there are things he must answer for.
That's because I am calling you out.
You should seek out Moira straight away. Dealing.
Shots fired! Okay, we don't use swords, so bye. And we don't use ice gauntlets. Bye. That's worse. That's medium, so we get rid of. You're grey. Someone just joined called Jizz Wizard. Someone told me everything was white. Was that true? No. So we got someone called Invisible to Me, who's on the channel quite regularly. He's like maxed out, and he can still use that character. He just has to transfer to a certain server. My logic was, I'm a good tank healer, can be under good. I mean, you can be whatever you want to be. Alex, what's the game called? This is New World. It's available on Steam, Xbox, and PlayStation. Speak with the mage.
Oh, just the person I was hoping to see. Comparing the tablet fragments to other stonework from the region, I believe
no one has ever said that to me.
Where it came from. I know
is it
just
a good game to
north.
invest time
it's
into?
True that the pirates are indeed all lost.
I mean,
did you see anything similar to the tablet?
I think now's the time to jump into it, with the game being re-released, and there being the player count is probably quite large, but it is a buy to play. So if you are worried about that, I would say go for Throne and Liberty. They're both by Amazon.
Say for sure, but it's possible.
One indirectly.
The same place. The ancient
it's just
ruins of
one's
Caladan
action,
in the Eastern Wood.
one's tab
Caladan.
target.
And indeed all the
but they're
ruins
both
are
very good
shrouded
MMOs.
In centuries, if not millennia, of unsolvable mysteries. Of course, and you are better suited than I am. Before you go, however, let me tell you what we do know of the ancients that once walked these lands.
Eternum's ruins tell the tale of a magnificent civilization that once dominated the island. Its architects, the ancients, discovered or possibly created the energy we call Azos. In the millennia that followed, humanity came from countless prehistoric cultures. Sumeria, China, Egypt, and more.
Thank you very much, Luigi. Thank you for popping in today. No, you're very welcome.
Summoned by the ancients to this island. These early arrivals worshipped the ancients as gods. They toiled under the ancients' guidance, building hundreds of monuments and towers. But humanity's savage nature could not be tamed. Wars broke out, and amid the chaos, corruption first appeared. To combat this new menace, the ancients imbued a chosen few with gifts. these heroes were granted monumental powers and life eternal. The wars raged on for centuries, and the ancients blessed entire armies. But most of the human vessels degraded into mindless skeletal warriors. Those wars ended millennia ago, and the ancients disappeared. But their haunted guardians still protect the ruins, oblivious to the fact their cause has long since lost its meaning.
So this the game's relaunched. So it's come back as New World Eternum, and it released on Xbox and on PlayStation as well. So it's now cross-play. There's a fair few quality of life things that have been added to the game, and cutscenes. So the story's being told in a way which is clearer, more concise, instead of it being like a click exercise, like thinking about early WoW, where you would just pick up your quests and go, gotta go fast, and then you start playing Escape from the City from Sonic Adventure 2. Yeah. So what the hope is, at least from my perspective, is that now that they've got... Hey, thank you very much for the like and the follow.
You're a brave soul, but don't go too deep. There are unspeakable...
I keep clicking accidentally. My hope is that we're going to be in a good place in terms of getting new content, because the game is, now that it's been released and available to more people, Amazon would have fucked up if they don't come back with a roadmap and start saying what the future of the game's going to be. Although mount animations, well, I don't think they're bad. I think I need to get used to them. You know? Yeah, I genuinely believe the game has got serious potential. But it's like all online games. It's about finding people, one that you kind of vibe with. But especially in MMOs, is finding people to play with that aren't dicks. And that's where the longevity of the game will be.
Well, if it isn't the Night Regent's new page. On an errand even now, I presume. I am curious what merits such urgent attention when Jay's duty as regent so soon draws to an end. The Night Regent should not be conducting affairs she can't reveal to her people. Wouldn't you agree? I've served as Prydwen's minister since before her birth. I should be informed of this matter.
Hey, Michael, thank you very much for the follow, buddy.
You presume much, Page. I simply wish to convey any pressing matters to the true heir when he arrives. Keep your secrets, but know this. Prydwen will be united as never before to honor the royal bloodline. Nothing else matters.
Okay, so I think we're now at the time. Actually, yeah, don't leave town. Don't leave town. So what I'm going to say, look, everyone, thank you very much for the likes and the follows. I'm going to leave it there because we've now hit 3 hours and 20 minutes of streaming, and it's going to be one hell of a video to watch on YouTube if anyone was to try and watch it. But what I would say, look, thank you very much, everyone. Thank you for joining me. I will be back online tomorrow. Tomorrow, my plan is definitely more New World because I want to make some progression. I need to level up some more in Throne and Liberty as well. I've been asked to play Once Human, but I might do Once Human or I might do Dragon Ball. I can't make my mind up, but we're going to be in for a good time, I think. You don't want to leave on a Steam page. So everyone on TikTok, thank you very much. I love you all, and I will catch you next time. And everyone on YouTube, thank you very much for following me today. Thank you for following along. Thank you for joining the channel. What I'd say, have a good evening, and I will catch you again tomorrow. Peace out. When I remember where OBS is. There it is. Sneaky little thing.